Hey guys, so it's here bringing you an extra video for today. Now this is going to be a channel update. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, mainly because the channel's been doing really well. It's been going great, the views are up, subscribers are up for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's been going great, and there's nothing really to update when everything's going well, or it's just pretty much going to stay the same. But I thought I was, kind of obligated, and I just wanted to make this channel update video as a warning and as just a kind of an explanation on a few things. You know, some of my YouTubing friends say you don't even need to do this, but I kind of want to because I like to be a little bit more honest and like just tell you how it is. So this video is going to be covering three main things. It's going to be covering video titles, adverts, and then finally talking about the topic of YouTube as my job, just very briefly at the end. So all I'll say is we're nearing 100,000 subscribers. We'll talk about the job thing first. So we're nearing 100,000 subscribers. The channel is getting 1.5 million views a month, relatively, which is insane for my channel size. So it's going extremely well. And I'd just like to say thank you. Obviously, yeah, Fi has given my channel a massive kick up the butt in subscriber numbers. But not only that, we're up 50%, 50 to 60% in views this month too. It's just been a crazy month. And, you know, the month before this month, again, was a big month. The month before that month was a big month. The channel was every single, like, the last 3 months since I've been off university, it's growing and growing and growing. So it's going amazing. And yes, right now I'm doing YouTube as my job. I'll be talking later about adverts and stuff, because that's how YouTubers make their money. But it's good. You know, I make more money now than I would in a graduate job. And while I'm having a lot of fun with this, I'm just going to continue doing this. And yes, sure, League of Legends is not the game that I 100% love anymore because of Dynamic Cube, but I still love the game gameplay-wise, so I'm going to keep playing it. I still have a lot of knowledge in the game that I can pass down to you guys and help you become a better gamer or a better League player. So for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be doing YouTube as my job. We'll see how it goes. I do have some opportunities open to me, both on YouTube and off YouTube. So it's good. You know, I'm in a very good position right now in life, which is awesome, you know. And just as a mini personal thing, you know, I'm now beginning to do driving lessons again. I stopped a year ago because I got ill, but starting to do those again, and I'll be getting my car soon. So that's really cool. And yeah, things are going good. You know, I can't say they're not, because they are. The only thing I've got to get on top of is my weight, and it's slowly getting there, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I just say thank you for letting me do this as my job. Next thing I'm going to talk about is video titles. It's a very touchy subject when it comes to, I'd say, YouTube in general, but it's a weird one. People have the subjective, or I don't know what the word is, but the people that would complain, say, when I was doing more eye-catching titles, there was a lot of complaints about them. But then you'd probably see those same people go watch Casey Neistat videos and be completely fine. Now, I love Casey Neistat. I watch his video every day, but he's admitted he used clickbait to the maximum. You know, there was recently a video that it's like wrecking a Lamborghini. It was in the video for 5 seconds, you know, and it wasn't even him doing it. That's clickbait. You know, it's when it's very minor in the video, but people are fine with that because the quality's good. And that's kind of what I hope with my content, but I'm never going to go full clickbait. That's the point. You know, my video titles, before we did this trial and this experiment for a week, my video titles were like, is so-and-so strong? Thunderlord's Lee Sin. The biggest clickbait I ever did was, is Anivia OP? Or something like that. And however, I'm never probably going to use the word OP again in my title because I just don't like using the word. I find that my titles aren't clickbait. Basically, if you, like, a lot of people who complain about clickbait probably don't know what clickbait actually is. Clickbait basically is the premise of using a video title that is basically nothing to do with your video, or it has a very small part of your video. Like the Casey example had crashing a Lamborghini or wrecking a Lamborghini in the title. It was in the video for 10 seconds out of a 10-minute video. You know, when I put, is Lux strong, the whole video answers that question. That's the point. Now, I will admit, before we did the experiment of going back to the old titles, I was getting a little bit less creative with the titles. They were a little bit boring. They were a little bit repetitive. So I will try my best, and this is the announcement. Moving forward, I'm going to go back to the more eye-catching title. It shouldn't affect any of you watching this video, considering the titles aren't really for you guys. They're for new people that haven't even subscribed yet. But yeah, I'll try to be more creative. I'll try and just do a couple things different, and we'll see. You know, maybe they'll, you know, you have to remember the key words: strong, I guess OP, but I'm not really going to use that one. Using the mastery, you know, Thunderlords and all that. Using a certain item, you know, Rageblade, Kale. These are the things that you do, and there's a limitation of how much you can describe a video. But yeah, we're going to go back to those, and the reason for it, some people might be typing furiously right now, is I did a week's experiment because I was getting annoyed with the complaints in the comment section, and I really shouldn't have got annoyed because a couple YouTubing friends of mine said, don't get annoyed in the YouTube comments when people are complaining about titles because they're not YouTubers themselves, they don't understand. And I understand that point now, because they've been proven wrong. I did the week's experiment and the videos are down. The views are down. Not by much, I would admit, not by much, but they are down. When I'm expecting every week from now on to have a bigger week than the last week, they're down from last week. And I would put that to video title because the reason for it is I have a very solid viewer base, like a great viewer base for my channel size, that every single video after a 24-hour period has about 22,000 views. For a channel that's not even 100,000 subscribers yet, that's really good. Like, that's really good. After a few days after that, a video's around 25,000. A good ones are over 30,000. But yeah, roughly 25,000. And this week has been the lower week. Now, I'm not including like the two giveaway episodes that I did, but every other video is pretty much a bit down than its, you know, equivalent the last week. Now, some people say you can't compare the view numbers from a week ago to now. I know that, you know, obviously. So what I did is, before I did the experiment, I jotted down how many views the videos had after 3 days, and I compared it to this week's after 3 days, and they are down. So pretty much it's that simple. You know, if I want to make YouTube my job, I need to maximize how many views I get, how many ad views I get. Therefore, the titles help. And again, just to make sure that you guys understand, if you are a little bit salty or want to complain a bit about them, the titles aren't even for you guys. The people that watch my videos on a regular basis, the titles aren't even for you. Because you know what to expect from the video. You're going to click on the video anyway because you're invested into the channel. The titles are for people that don't know who I am, don't know what I can offer, and may want to find out an answer to a certain question. So, you know, if they play Lee Sin and they usually use Strength of the Ages as the mastery, and then they see a video title, Thunderlords Lee Sin, they're more tempted to click on that video because they want to find out what's Lee Sin like with Thunderlords, rather than if I just put Lee Sin Jungle. So that's the idea of it. I'm just going to go with it. I'm probably going to do, like, today the Lee Sin episode came out. Tomorrow there's no Unranked to Diamond. It's a different type of video. So starting again, I believe on Thursday when Unranked to Diamond comes back, the new titles and like the updated titles are probably going to come back. And if people complain about them, I'm honestly just going to ignore it because like it's healthier for my channel to grow. And yeah, so that's one thing I'm going to be doing. Next, we're going to be talking about adverts, and it's, again, a touchy subject. This is a more serious update video than I think I've ever done. But if you are unaware how YouTubers make their money, because some people are a bit confused, how do you make videos online and get money? Adverts. So the advert that you potentially have seen in this video is how I get my money. So I'm signed to a network, and they control what adverts go on my channel. The more people that watch those adverts, the more that I get paid a split of that revenue that there is. So recently I had a meeting with YouTube, which again is kind of weird. That's how, you know, if you see I've got the verified tick now, YouTube did that because I had a meeting with them and they were like, your channel's growing really good. Here's like a lot of advice. I had a 45-minute with a guy from YouTube, and I'm going to be having another meeting with him. And it was like literally a one-on-one meeting. He was going through all my channel settings, all my stuff, and he just gave me advice. And I was like, holy moly. And his biggest advice that he had coming out of that meeting was, try this new ad thing. You know, he goes, the thing with your content that's different than most YouTubers, your average video length is around half an hour, which is really long. And he said, think about it. Most YouTubers, even in the League of Legends field, have a 5 to 10 minute video. So yeah, having one ad at the beginning of the video, one ad at the end of the video when the video is beginning and ending, that's the norm. But your videos are so long, you should really have an advert in the middle. And he goes, yes, some people may get annoyed by it, but the ones that support you will understand this content takes long to make because it's a long video. Therefore, an ad in the middle will help you do this as your job, and people that support you should be fine with it anyway. I was like, okay, I'll try it out. You know, I was a bit skeptical at first, but I was like, okay, I'll try it out. We'll see. And I'm not obviously going to give you guys the numbers, but my revenue doubled. And I'm not even kidding. Like, it literally doubled. I remember, because YouTube takes a couple of days to catch up. And I believe the first day that it happened, that I changed it, was on the 7th of this month. And I was, you know, the 6th, normal, you know, ad money and all that stuff. And I was like, hey, that's fine, you know, it's great. And then I was like waiting for this new, you know, the new advert. I was waiting for the data. And then suddenly it went, boom. I was like, what? Huh? And all I'll say to it is, you know, I'm somebody that doesn't like ads. Everybody doesn't like ads. But if I need and want to do this for my job, they're a necessity. And I'm going to just say to you guys, if you guys work and you have a job, if someone offered you a way to simply double your revenue by clicking a button, you do it. Like, again, it's a bit of a nuisance that, you know, in the halfway of the video, you may have to click the X on an advert. But if you think about it, if everybody does that, that just doubles my revenue to allow me to do YouTube as my job. I don't see it as a bad thing. Obviously, I'm biased, but hopefully you guys don't see it as a bad thing either. You know, is it me money grabbing? Yes and no. Some people always go, oh, sell out, or these type of things, YouTube. It's my job in the end of the day. It's, you know, when you call a YouTuber, not just me, if you call a YouTuber a sellout, or they're doing ads and stuff, it's their job. It's how they pay bills. It's how they eat. You know, that this is what we do. And if you are somebody that uses ad block, I'm not going to say stop. But all I'll say is, if you do want us to continue doing YouTube, maybe just whitelist your favorite content creators if you want to. Again, it's optional. It helps out. You know, it does help out. But that's pretty much today's video, I think. So just to summarize, thank you for letting me do YouTube, you know, this much. It's crazy cool. And the channel's growing. I can't wait to hit 100,000 subscribers. Getting that 100k plaque, I think, will let me realize, you know, how big of a deal that is. You know, some people may be like, oh, 1 million is where you get a big channel. But for me, 100,000 is huge. You know, when you're a YouTuber and you've worked so hard to get there, it's awesome. I still got to think where I'm going to put the 100k plaque. I'm thinking on the shelf behind me so it's visible, but I'm not sure. And I'm getting a really dry throat right here. But yeah, then also the titles, it's just smarter to do the more eye-catching ones, but I'll try to be more creative with them so they're not boring. And then finally, ad types. Yes, I'm doing more ads. There has been a glitch recently as well, because you just click a button to make it do ads for you, that there was 2 adverts in the middle of a video. That's not intended, by the way. I only want 1 advert in the middle of per video. I don't want 2. I think 2 is money grabbing. 1 I think is fine. Think of it as like a half-an-hour TV show. There's always an advert in the middle of the show, right? So that's the idea. But yeah, that's the extra video for today. If you made it to the end of this video, what should we say? Say something happy in the comment section. If you made it to the end, say something happy in the comment section and I'll know you made it to the end. So thank you very much for watching. Throw a like on the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.